All right, everybody. This is Prime Sports Media. I thank you all for being here. I thank you all, and I'm glad to be back. I think it's been about a week since my last video, but I wanted to do this video. I wanted to do this particular video and subject matter. Wanted to do this a long time ago, but I'm gonna take a crack at it right now. Once again, thank you all those of you that have subscribed to the channel, who's sticking with the channel, who watch the content, who share the content as you do. I want you to know that I truly appreciate the folks that follow this channel, and I appreciate all the other content creators that are out there who endeavor in the subject matter of what's happening at CU, the players, Coach Prime, and what have you. I just want to say this, that I'm looking forward to the upcoming season. I think the season is going to be dynamic. They're going to open up in the Big 12, and I think a lot of people are underestimating this team. We're forgetting that they have brought in Coach Prime, the coaching staff. They have brought in a slew of talented players who have college football experience. In this subject matter, talking about Colorado's football and what could be the biggest impact on this team. We know about Deion Sanders. We know about what Deion brings to the table. If you give him time, as Coach Prime has said, he can make a world of things happen. He can get that ball down the field. He can read the defense. He has great accuracy when throwing the ball, and you just have to get him time. We know with the additions, the improvements to the offensive line that we have seen come forward, that this is going to be a year that we may see some great things out of Deion. I think we may see games where he puts up 500 yards passing, just like he did against TCU in the opening game in 2023. So there's some new additions, some new offensive linemen. Tyler Brown is finally going to be able to show his stuff this year. He was not able to, or was not allowed to play by the NCAA rules, whatever rules that they came up with that was bogus. And then, of course, we get the top-rated offensive lineman in the country in Jordan Seaton. And that can turn out to make great things happen because football is won in the trenches. Football is won in the trenches between the offensive line and what the defensive line can do. There have been some added additions to this team on the defensive line that I think is going to give them what they did not have a year ago, which is a legitimate pass rush, the ability to get pressure on the quarterback, the ability to make things happen. I want to talk about this man right here, Dayon Hayes, everybody.
This man right here.
Dayon Hayes The young man is one of two transfers that came over from Pitt, as you already may know. I believe the other young man was Samuel, number 8, Samuel. They're both were teammates at Pitt, but I'm going to break down the differences in these two players based on scouting reports and what most of the naysayers or most of the people who look at college football, who analyze the talent, are saying what CU is getting with both these guys, what both these guys can do. But particularly, we're focusing on Hayes today because Hayes, when he was at Pitt, he was an every down defensive lineman who can get pressure on the quarterback, who can penetrate. You see him right here. And here he is getting to a quarterback right here. He can put the pressure on. This man, they're already saying that out of all the newcomers, the transfer portal that has arrived to CU in terms of the players that Coach Prime has been blessed to get through the transfer portal, that Hayes, Dayon Hayes, may have the biggest upside, the biggest impact, because when he was at Pitt just the last few years, he was one of the most impactful defensive linemen on the team. This man put up some pretty damn good numbers. He's not to be denied. He can play, of course, as a defensive lineman. You like defensive linemen that can play with their fingers in the dirt and then also can move upright like this. He has a award-winning smile. I think we should not sleep. No one, and I want to thank everyone that's coming into the chat room right now, watching the program. Don't worry, I'll be doing more lives and more uploads. It's coming. I just haven't uploaded since maybe a week ago or so, but it's coming. I actually have multiple channels on YouTube, so I'm dancing between all my different channels that I manage under the Tell the Truth Media banner.
Tell the truth.
I think that this man, as they're saying, could be the biggest standout. Now, of course, like I said, we know Shador. We know that Travis is not to be played with as well. We know Travis is going to have a standout year. We know there's some guys that they picked up in the secondary who are going to make some noise. I did a show about it. The last show I did, I talked about those other key players that could be breakout. Amarion Miller, I spoke about him and the fact that wide receiver, he should have a breakout year because he'll be playing more. He'll be showing you more of what he can do. So there's several young men that have come over to this team and young men that are already on this team. We have Stoudemire, who's back. He played cornerback / safety. They're moving him to safety this year. He will be playing some more safety because Robert Livingston is going to be implementing the 4. And I've said this over and over again. I want to say a shout out to Big Dog Chico. We talked about this the last time we did a show together. He's implementing the 4-2-5 defense, which employs 2 safeties. This is a defense in the 4-2-5 formation when you're playing against the pass. This is another example right here of the 4-2-5 defense when you're lining up maybe to stop the run, where now you bring down 2 safeties in the box, free safety at the top. You got 2 linebackers out there, 2 cornerbacks, and you employ 2 defensive tackles, 2 defensive ends. And this is where someone like Dayon Hayes will make an impact. And I'll tell you why. When you look at his numbers and what he did at Pitt, he had, in a short time he was there, he had a very good career and he was an impact player on that defense. And even in his last year at Pitt, he put up pretty sizable numbers. Do not sleep on this young man right here, Dayon Hayes. I want to tell you what he brings to the table that I think we better not underestimate, which is why I believe they're going to have a great season. Even Keyshawn Johnson jumped out the window just today and made the prediction that he believes that CU will go 9-3. Can you believe that? 9-3 in the Big 12. This is what Keyshawn Johnson, NFL veteran, is saying. If you look at their schedule, I've said this 1,000 times, their schedule is not as grueling as the schedule they went through in the Pac-12. And you also have to recognize that Coach Prime put that team together within a short time. He brought everything in. The covers were bared. He told us this. He brought any and everybody that he could in. And you know, when you put a team together in that short time, there's going to be chemistry issues. There's going to be a lot of issues. And there's going to be the most and biggest issue is the issue with the offensive line, because offensive lines take longer to gel. But even though he's brought a lot of players in this year, you have to be honest that the quality of the players that he has brought in, particularly starting with getting Phil, a man with NFL experience as an offensive lineman himself, to coach the offensive line, to bring in great recruits like Jordan Seaton. Tyler Brown's going to get a chance to show what he can do. Justin Mayers is ready to go with experience. You've got some guys. You have depth with Tyler Johnson. Ethan Boyd is coming in from Michigan State, has lots of experience. You've got some young men like Peyton Kirkland, who came over from Texas. Let's not forget about Zachariah Owens. These are young men that will add to the depth of this program, that offensive line, that will keep Shedeur upright. But on the other flip side, you need a defense that can get them the ball, meaning you want to get the ball back into Shedeur's hands so that he can create magic. And you need a pass rush. You need defensive linemen that can get to the ball. And this is surely what Dayon Hayes is capable of doing. Let me just give you a breakdown on his numbers. So Brother Hayes recorded 25 tackles for losses, 81 tackles, 12 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles from 2020 to 2023 when he was with Pitt. This is what you need to know about him. The numbers don't lie. Hayes is fresh off of a career high just last year, everybody, of 45 tackles, 10.5 tackles for a loss, and 4 sacks in his campaign in 2023. Of course, you say, why is he effective? This man is not a situational defensive lineman. Hayes is an every down defensive lineman, as I'd said before. This is what he proved and he displayed when he was at Pitt. Now, when we look at his teammate who came over with him, we're getting a double package from Pitt. When you look at his teammate, Samuel, he's a good defensive end, but when he was at Pitt, they used him more in a way that was situational. He was more of a situational defensive lineman, not necessarily a every down defensive lineman. Thank you, everybody that's here, that's in the chat room. I see we got Terry here, Rob J. We got my man PGH, Big Dog in the house. 12s is in the house. 12 Gates is in the house. Fan Atlantic Sports Network. Thank you for coming over. Janetta Fox, I see you in there. Give you all a clap. Everybody, don't trip if maybe a week goes by and I don't drop a video. It's not that I'm ending what I'm doing over here. It could be that I've got some family. When you're a content creator, you're trying to balance your career, family, all these different things, and then you have to find time to go live or upload videos, edit videos, do research, all those different things. So don't trip, because when I drop videos or go live, I'm going to give you some quality stuff. Now, to address my critics out there, I know occasionally that I fumble names, and don't blame it. Don't blame it as a mistake on the heart, not the mind. Okay. Sometimes you make mistakes. I look at videos and I say, wow, I'd like to take that back and correct what I said there. These things happen, especially when you are going live. You may miss something here and there. There's a lot of names that are floating in your head from time to time, and you can, maybe say something with not the correct, pronouncing names. But I don't do this on purpose. And whenever I have a chance to correct it, I know my last video, a few times I did not say Amarion Miller's name correctly. And then throughout the video, I was saying it correctly. I don't know what was going on. It was like a brain fart. So I just want to apologize to everybody for that. But we're going to keep moving forward and make improvements where we find errors. And so I thank you all out there for sticking with me and understanding where I'm coming from. Now, I want to get back to this situation when it comes to Brother Hayes. Now, what you should know is that there are people out there that believe that Dayon Hayes is the better. I don't want to pick two players against each other because they're both playing for Coach Prime and CU. But there are those out there in the sports world, the football critics, the football analysis, who believe that Hayes is the better of the two defensive linemen, and that it will be Hayes that will have the biggest impact in comparison to his former teammate, or his teammate now, Samuel, because of the fact that he's versatile in his ability to line up every down. Now, we've got Warren Sapp. Sapp is with the team now, and he can do a lot of things to improve and make Samuel more effective than he was at Pitt. And then let's keep this in mind. Maybe CU is going to use Samuel a lot more in the package. Here's Samuel. Samuel right here making a sack. Maybe, sometimes when you're playing for a particular team or coach, maybe you don't jive well with that coach. Maybe that coach doesn't know how to use the player properly. But I believe that Robert Livingston, the defensive coordinator for CU, is going to get him more involved than what he was at Pitt. Because the notion was that Hayes can be made for transfers. This is what they were saying. Now, remember, Samuel is a sophomore. So that means he's got more room for growth. And when you've got a guy like Warren Sapp, let me put Warren Sapp up here right now. When you got a guy like Warren Sapp who has NFL experience, he can work with Samuel as well as Hayes and improve on what they already have. See what the skills that they already bring to the table. They can improve them. There's no doubt in my mind that someone like Warren Sapp can mold these young men and make them stronger at what they do. It was put out there that Samuel was a situational pass rusher. And usually you want to bring your pass rushers like they do in the NFL in the game, obviously on passing downs where you may need to stop a team. This is what he did in 2023 with the Pitt Panthers. While Hayes, as I said before, was an every down starter who led the team with 10.5 tackles for a loss and 29 hurries. So that means he was able to cause an issue that would cause the quarterback to hurry his throws because of the pressure that Hayes was employing. I think that both these young men are great additions to the team. They bring different skill sets to the table, and I think they'll both be improved no matter what their stats and skill set were when they were at Pitt. What do you all think about that yourself? So I want you to think about that. Give it a thought, a peace of mind that we have a much improved defensive line where you have to win in the trenches. Last year, CU was not getting any pressure on the quarterback. It seemed like opposing quarterbacks could stand in the pocket, their pocket, and do whatever they wanted back there. But when you've got these two guys on the edge, and however Robert Livingston is going to use them in that 4-2-5 package or whatever packages that they come up with, they're going to best utilize it and put pressure. These are the things that you need if you're going to win in the Big 12. This is what you need to become 9-3, as Keyshawn Johnson made that prediction. This is what you need to be able to play in a bowl game this year or to be competitive within the Big 12. I think that they're going to get this and more, which is why many people think that Hayes will be the breakout player on this team, the most impactful. There's a lot of players on this team that will break out, I believe, but they're saying in terms of the defensive side of things that it is Hayes that they believe has all the right stuff, the skill set, the mindset. Let me show you a little video breakdown of him doing his thing. Check this out. This is fair use with the purpose of criticism, news reporting, teaching, parody, which does not infringe on the copyright under 17 USC 107. Federal law allows citizens to reproduce, distribute, or exhibit portions of copyright motion picture videotapes or video discs under certain circumstances without the authorization of the copyright holder. So check this out right here. As you can see, this man can get to the quarterback. He's a pass rush hazard for a quarterback, opposing quarterback. And remember, I read here that this man just last year had 10.5 sacks last year's game. He had 45 tackles last year for Pitt. And then he also calls a lot of hurries, meaning he calls quarterbacks to throw the ball before they want it to. Can you imagine what that'll do for CU this year? They didn't have that type of impact on the defensive line. And don't keep this in mind, teams were able to run at will on CU, particularly up the middle. So this man, Hayes, as well as Samuel, they bring, I think, they bring experience, they bring know-how, and they'll use them in different ways. Now, I'm curious to see if Robert Livingston's going to do the same thing that they did at Pitt with Samuel, meaning use him only as this is Samuel right here, use him primarily as a situational pass rusher. If that's really what they can get out of him, unless they can get more. And I think with this professional NFL style coaching staff, I think they're going to get more out of him than Pip. I think that here is Hayes right here. I think they're going to get more out of Hayes than Pip got of him, because I think that Robert Livingston, with his NFL pedigree and coaching experience, and he has probably seen every type of offense that you can imagine, because they run sophisticated offenses in the NFL, and he goes up against the best players. Remember, Robert Livingston has been coaching against the best talent in football on the earth. You can't tell me that he won't be able to draw up something against the talent level at the college level with the players that they have assembled on defense on this team. Guys like Hayes, you can't tell me. Thank you, everybody out there that's watching. Tell me if you think I'm telling the truth here by putting sevens in the chat room, because that confirms that big things, I believe, are going to happen when you really sit back and you analyze this football team, what this football team is made of, and when you really look at the talent and you really ask yourself the honest question about the talent and what they have assembled, you can't deny that Coach Prime and CU, the coaching staff, I think they're going to make some noise this season. Now, will there be some ups and downs? There's ups and downs in every season. But I think, remember, they're bringing back a team from last year that has more experience playing together, even though they went through some ups and downs and some hard times last year. And then Coach Prime was able to plug in some of the deficiencies on this football team, both defensively, offensively, and what have you. Let's keep that in mind. And they're going into a Big 12 schedule that isn't anything the way the schedule was in the Pac-12, which is no more. This doesn't mean that you should underestimate the talent of the Big 12, because there's definitely going to be teams to be reckoned with. There are going to be some teams that have come over from the Pac-12, like, for example, Utah will not be a joke. They're going to bring their A game. Everybody is going to bring their A game when they play against CU, because they want to try to embarrass. We know this. They want to try to shut the mouth of Coach Prime. They want to shut the mouth of the CU's fan base, shut the mouth of content creators like myself, and shut the mouth of everyone who has been in support of what's happening. They would like nothing more than see the team play poorly so that they can have something negative to talk about. If you notice during this offseason, there's been so many negative things coming out. You've got all this accusation about Coach Prime making players stick around for a concert. Such ridiculous stuff that they dig up and try to make it stick where it doesn't stick. Just silly stuff. You have to laugh. you have to laugh to keep from crying. You know what I mean? You literally have to laugh to keep from crying because they keep making up stories, looking at any reason to discredit Coach Prime and what he's trying to do there at CU. I think it's crazy. I want to say what's up to Peggy Roster. We got Big Tiger Media in the house. Thank you, my brother, for coming over. Make sure you check out Big Tiger Media. They do great discussions about CU football and everything over there. I've got to get back over there and join your discussions, brother. Thank you for the $5 super chat. What I want to do,
thank you for the super chat,
is put you on the board here because I appreciate your support. He says this from Big Tiger Media. I believe Colorado defense will be greatly improved. Top 25 defense. Yes.
True.
And thank you for the $5 super chat again, my brother.
thank you for the super chat.
Make sure y'all check out my man, Big Tiger Media. He has a channel. And once again, I'm going to say it again. They have really good panel discussions over there around these issues of football. And I've got to get back over to your channel and get there and join the conversation with the brothers over there and chop it up. Last time I came over there, it was kind of fun. It was fun, and got to do it again. So I appreciate you coming over. So that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to talk about. Let me say what's up to the Awakening, who came over saying, "What's up, bro? Thank you." Terry, thank you for coming over. Alicia, thank you for coming over. Alicia, let me let you know something. I revamped the Information Man Speaks podcast channel. It's called what is it? Info. I'm forgetting. I got so many stuff going on. It's Info Media Reacts. You probably already know already. And I'm doing reaction videos on there about all different types of stuff. So I rebranded that channel. So definitely make sure that you come over there and check that out too, Alicia, because I think you should be modded on that channel. And I will be doing a show on the Information Man show this Sunday. I have a guest coming on, and we're going to be talking about some very interesting things. That's a side note. But primarily for the folks here that love the sports commentary, everything that has to do with CU, I thank you for coming over and listening to this video today and what have you. Now, I want to bring up something else. Now, once again, I'm going to say this again. Don't sleep on Hayes. This man's an every down defensive lineman, can do it all, put up good numbers at Pitt, was an impact at Pitt, and we're getting that impact with CU. Don't sleep on his teammate, Samuel, who's come over with him. They used him, again, I'm going to remind everybody, they used him primarily as a pass rushing specialist. So I hope he'll bring that pass rushing special skill to CU, but maybe they're going to use him even more so. Okay? Keyshawn Johnson jumped out the window and made the bold prediction. You know he's going to get some criticism for this, that he believes that CU is capable of going 9-3 in the Big 12. That's Keyshawn Johnson, ex-NFL player, played his college football at USC. And he's on there with Skip Bayless on an Undisputed. You can catch him over there. Now I want to talk about something else that I'm very excited about. Remember, I did a video a few weeks back about Julian Lewis. And I had people leaving me messages in the comment section saying, well, this doesn't look like they're going to be able to get him. He's committed to USC. Yes, we know that. But it was said by Uncle Neely, and I quote, and I played Uncle Neely's audio, that it's best to be the last school that a young man visits. And Julian Lewis is the #1 quarterback who's reclassified himself in the 2025 recruiting class. He was once seen as a prospect in the 2026 class, but is now in the 2025 class, if I'm not mistaken. And man, let me tell you something. He showed up for his visit, his official visit. And I got to say that the fans, the people at CU showed up and showed out.
Tell the truth.
for this young man right here. So there's a chance. There's a chance that they could sway him away from USC because, hell, the keys to the car, okay? The keys to the car is already for the taking. Check this out. Let me read this from an article. Julian Lewis recruiting visit to Colorado has taken Boulder by storm. Y'all all heard about this. If y'all all heard about this situation, put sevens in the chat room right now. The fans have not stopped buzzing from a restaurant creating special Juju burgers. They created hamburgers just for him in his name, burgers in his honor, to the crowds greeting him with signs outside of the Buffs facility. This kind of celebration, this kind of welcoming is rare for any recruit, but Lewis is a superstar as the nation's top 5-star quarterback prospect. He's seen as a potential replacement for Coach Prime's son, all right, Deion Sanders, and the hype is worth it, y'all. The hype is worth it.
Tell the truth.
There you have Deion, who is going to enter the NFL draft. They're already saying that they believe that he's going to be a high pick. There's some that feel that Travis Hunter is the guy that the NFL has a desire because of his versatility. But just check this out. In the NFL, you don't win games unless you have a quarterback that can throw the ball and get the ball accurately to your receivers and lead your team. And Deion has those attributes. Let's not forget that. Now, check this out. Deion comes into the picture here, everybody, as you know, when it came to recruiting. How you doing, Shirley? Good to see you. When it came to recruiting Lewis, check this out. Things got even more interesting when Deion joined the party on social media on June 24th. He posted a photo handing over the keys and maybe even his starting role to Lewis. Okay?
Tell the truth.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay? Who's confident positioned on a quarterback throne as Deion captures the Instagram post with a simple legendary. But the story doesn't end there. Coach Prime's friend, pastor and singer Dayon, oh yeah, shout out to Pastor Dayon out there. Shout out to him. Dayon Smith Jr. commented, close the deal. Seems like everyone is excited to welcome Julian Lewis to Boulder. Yes.
Tell the truth.
And here is the legendary picture right here, y'all. I know you're probably getting tired of the class, but I got to clap on this. Here is the evidence right here. So Deion set this up on his social media, handing over the keys, almost like here's the car keys, handing over the keys to the throne to Julian Lewis in this photograph, which has probably gone bunkers and has gone viral all over social media. Now, this is the question, y'all. And I've played this in the previous video that I did about Julian Lewis. His father has a very good relationship with Coach Prime, same as he has with the coach of USC. He admitted that both coaches have a good relationship with his father. What was brought to Julian Lewis's attention is that, hey, man, if you go to CU, you're going to be an automatic 4-year starter. You can step right into the role as Deion leaves for the NFL. You don't have to sit down behind nobody because Deion is going to the NFL, y'all. And so therefore, young man, all you have to do is just step right into the shoes, take over the team, because that's the one thing that Coach Prime needs is he needs someone to come right behind Shedeur that can bring the same momentum, excitement, swagger, confidence, ability to throw that ball, get the ball down the field, strong arm, and Julian Lewis has those attributes. So I think that to be the last place that he visited, I'm sure that it had an impact on him and he's thinking about it. Now, you could say, well, if he goes to USC, will he be the starter? If he goes to Auburn, that's another school that people have touted him as wanting to go to. Will he start right away? But this is the difference. Yes, all these teams in college football have some level of guys who have coached at the NFL level, but not all. But let's not underestimate, undervalue, and marginalize the fact that Coach Prime might have more NFL proven experience coaches on this team, both with Shermer being the offensive coordinator who was proven in the NFL as a man who led a Minnesota Vikings team that was incredible with the play action play, the zone blocking, the play action, spreading receivers all over the field, getting the ball in everyone's hands, helped the quarterback rating of that quarterback on the team that year that he was a offensive coordinator with Minnesota. That was the year that got him the head coaching job with the Giants for a short time. Let's not underestimate the fact that you have Robert Livingston, who I want to say again, put his picture up here, also a man who has professional experience. So they've got pro coaches as position coaches on both sides of the most important sides of the ball, defensive coordinator and offensive coordinator. As the defensive coordinator, Robert Livingston is a man who's proven with the Bengals, Cincinnati Bengals of the NFL, where he has turned guys into Pro Bowl players, particularly at the safety level. Then you take an offensive line coach like Phil, who has playing experience and also coached the offensive line at Oklahoma. Then you have Coach Prime, obviously, who has NFL Hall of Fame experience and knows what it takes to get to that level and what it takes to win. Let's not sleep on, again, Warren Sapp, another man with legitimate NFL credentials, Hall of Famer, dominant defensive tackle in the trenches. You know he'll be able to work with guys like Hayes, Samuel, and all the other defensive linemen on his team and get them prepared and up to shape and up to speed for what they need to do. So there's so many elements, if you guys get my drift, of success opportunities on this team. Let me read what some folks are saying here. We got R.A. Wilson says, I am right. I like that Coach Prime's son doesn't sag publicly. We got Charles Muhammad, who says, shout out to PSM. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. We got I Am Who I Am, who says, baggy jeans making a comeback. Yeah, I hope they make a comeback. I used to wear baggy jeans when I was much younger, like baggy. And thank you, Shirley, for coming over. Much love to you. Alicia, much love to you as well. My man, Big Tiger Media. Make sure y'all check out Big Tiger Media. Great discussions over there. We got here Marilyn, who's come in the house, and she puts a 7. Thank you, my sister, for coming over and supporting the channel. Warren has come in. Thank you. Do me a good favor and share this video in your social media, where areas where people will enjoy the content. Me and Big Dog Chico still will be doing another collaboration. I got to talk to him because I need to figure out we need to talk about the next particular subject matter that we want to talk about, topic that we want to bring to you. So I'll be talking to him behind the scenes here. Let's see. Keith Jenkins, if I'm saying the name correct, says Person Earth. Okay. Awakening is in the house. Thank you for coming over again. And I think I'm going to get ready to end the program. Peggy Roster, thank you for coming over again. And everybody, 135 of you that are watching currently. And, of course, we know that the views will come in more so after the fact. Do me a favor, everybody. If you ever, if there's ever a topic or something that you would want me to talk about, or you would want me and Big Dog Chico to talk about, or me and Dave Talk Buff, he has a great channel over there. Anything you would like us to talk about, you can always leave me a message in the comment section and say, hey, can you talk about this issue? Can you talk about that issue? Can you explore this and what have you? And, of course, I'm looking forward to the season, and which means I'm looking forward to having people on a panel to have further discussions about CU and what's happening with the season. We got my man Big Worm 28 in the house, y'all. Peace. Saying peace to the room. Much respect to you. Much respect to the mod team. And I'm glad that I was able to do this video today. So in a recap, everybody, once again, because I know people are coming in, the recap, everybody, is that this man right here, let me put him up here. This man right here, Mr. Hayes, they believe, there's folks out there that believe that out of all the defensive linemen and players on this team, that he could have the biggest impact in 2024 because of the numbers that he just came off of with just a year ago. Just to leave a more long-lasting impression, let me say this again. Dayon Hayes recorded 25 tackles for a loss, 81 total tackles, 12 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles from 2020 to 2023. With Pitt, Hayes is fresh off of a career-high 45 total tackles. That's just last year. So this man is coming off, he's not coming off of being injured. He's coming off of a successful year while playing healthy. 45 tackles, 10.5 tackles for a loss, and 4 sacks in his 2023 campaign. But not only that, he also is credited with causing 29 hurries, meaning creating a situation where the quarterback absolutely has to get rid of the ball because he's bringing the pressure on your ass, okay? On your ass.
Tell the truth.
And I'm going to tell y'all right now, that's why I did that video on this young man, Lewis. I really believe that there's a chance that Coach Prime could flip this young man over. And if that happens, you know, it's going to send shocks through the college football world. And it's also going to show that Coach Prime is a good recruiter. So I'm hoping that he can recruit this kid along with Shador getting in his ear. And if I was Coach Prime, not to tell Coach Prime what to do, but I bet you they might even be doing this. And I said this in that video where I was focusing on Julian Lewis, that if I was Coach Prime and CU, not to tell them what to do, I would use every NFL contact that I have in my contacts. And I would have Tom Brady calling him. I would have every quarterback in the NFL that Coach Prime has a connection to call that young man and convince him to play for CU. I would have every NFL legendary player be up in his ear right now. And I wouldn't be surprised if Coach Prime and CU is doing that right now. What you all think? Put sevens in the chat room if you agree with me, because I would use all of my NFL connections to be in it. You got Terrell Owens, who hangs out there all the time working with the players. Oh, I would have Terrell Owens calling that young man. Matter of fact, I know Coach Prime had made a statement, and he got criticism for this, about he doesn't do a lot of in-house recruiting because he doesn't want to cause a ruckus in the community with coaches being mad because, hey, you didn't come visit our school. and you came right in our neighborhood. He says that can hurt the recruiting, right? But in this situation, I think Coach Prime, not to tell him what to do again, but Coach Prime, just listen to me right now, brother, okay? Coach Prime, get on your private jet. I know you said it's better for them to come to you so they can see where the young man's going to be for 4 years, but man, Coach Prime, get on that private jet. Take a flight out to Julian Lewis in his neighborhood, show up on his dinner table, have a meal with his family, and maybe bring NFL friends with you to convince this young man, that he is the heir apparent to Deion Sanders. With that said, everybody, I've got to get out of here. I thank you for your support as always. We'll be back with more. Don't trip. If a week goes by, don't worry. Family gets in the way. We're not getting in the way, but family priorities take the first priority in my life, right? But it doesn't mean that I'm not coming with more videos and more opportunity. So we're definitely going to put out some more videos as more things transpire. And as the season, now you know this, when the season comes around, you know I'm going to be putting out even more videos because we'll have more material to talk about. We'll have more to talk about with you in the chat room. We'll have more to come together when we have panel discussions. It just will create more content based on the games, the interviews, the press conferences. That will give us something to chew on here. You see what I mean? So everybody, thank you. Share this video on your social media. Thank you for rocking with the channel. Peace and respect to all the other content creators out there that I know that you support as well as me. And that's what it's all about, supporting what we're doing here because it is a process. I thank you. Tell someone that you love them. Enjoy the rest of your day and your week as the weekend is coming soon. Everybody, take care. Peace. Peace. Peace.
Marconi.
Tell the truth. Tell the truth.